peeps, I'm Dakian. This is day 24 of the May Painting Challenge for 2015, and I am painting black. Well, highlighting black, actually. First, I should note that after the camera cut out on me yesterday, I did go out, I did reapply a black outline to the cross on the Bible, simply because just the silver on black was not legible at a distance. I mean, at the distance you're looking here, it might seem a bit overdone, but at tabletop distance, you just couldn't see it. You have to have that strong outline. Now, his clothing here is black. I'm going to highlight it up with gray, and I have a selection of grays I'm going to try out. For mild color, we have black gray, dark gray, and basalt gray. I'm not sure I'm going all the way up to basalt gray. It might be too light. I might do a mix of that in the dark gray. And I'm not sure if the difference between the black gray and the dark gray is noticeable even, but we will see. Let's just take some of the black gray here and start laying in a few highlights. Oh, that's very noticeable. This is one of those cases where I will probably go in afterwards and do a glaze, as in a black wash, to re-establish the black, because this is looking very gray, and I do want the end result to be black and not gray. I'm not sure you can see what I'm painting here when I'm painting dark gray on black, if that's visible on camera, but I'm painting the creases in the pants right now. I'm adding in the front crease. I want that to be sharper. And actually the whole outside of the pant here can get a highlight. What else do we have to do today? I mean, oh, here, it's really good to add some gray here because I've splashed brown on it. Leaving the inside here, well, maybe there. Not doing anything at all really with the color, I think. I'm gonna leave the white color there, the typical priest color, until after I've painted the face, because I'm afraid I'm gonna get skin color running down onto the white, and then I'll have to redo the white anyway, so that would be wasted effort. Let's see, these cuffs perhaps need a highlight. And, well, you don't need to see this whole process. You understand what I'm going to do. I'm going to add gray to various portions of this to lighten it up, then tone it down with black again. Let's skip ahead a few steps, shall we? Yeah, so now he looks extremely gray, way too gray. So we're gonna go in with the black wash to tone it down. And this is probably everything that's gonna get done today. I think I can finish this guy tomorrow, unless I get too much other work to do. And I'm just gonna slap this on. This shading thing, this is the kind of thing where I can't really tell until it dries whether it needs another coat. I'm probably gonna need multiple coats of this, but like I said, I'm gonna have to put on one wash coat, let it dry properly for like several minutes, and then come back and do it again. and it looks like it's starting to tone it down, but still you get these edge highlights. That was pretty much the pure basalt gray, just like at the tips of the creases here, and at the edge of the tunic there. But where was I? Oh yeah, I probably can finish him tomorrow, because everything that's left is the skin and the coat is just going to be one color. This is the reason I chose this guy to finish first, because he's simple. He's the tunic and pants are one color, the coat is one color. There's not a lot of detail on him otherwise. Question of the day. What is the question of the day? Let me take a look. What was your favorite book when you were growing up? Why? Oh yes, this is an odd choice. Perhaps The Silmarillion, by Tolkien. Why The Silmarillion? Why not The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings? Well, I was introduced to Tolkien's books at a pretty early age. My dad traveled a lot when I was young. He flew a lot, and he picked up books at airports that he liked, and then he passed them on to me if he thought I might like them. And he knew that I liked science fiction, because I found some science fiction books in the school library very early on, like in, I don't know, the very beginning of grade school. And I was influenced by science fiction shows on television at the time, which I also liked. So he thought I might like fantasy, and he first introduced me, he stumbled on The Hobbit, and he passed that on, and then I wanted to continue reading, so he got me The Lord of the Rings, and finally I got hold of The Silmarillion, and The Silmarillion was my favorite of those books. I mean, there was you didn't have at that time the huge industry of other Tolkien derivatives or other sort of lesser Tolkien scribblings. It was just those three, the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and Silmarillion. And the reason I liked the Silmarillion best was because it really presented the mythology of it very coherently. Well, not coherently, but it gave me the impression of a complete mythology. The Hobbit was just a simple little standalone adventure. And by the way, I'm adding some black wash to the base here to tone it down even more, because it's looking a bit gray. And The Lord of the Rings was an epic, of course, but it left a lot of questions unanswered. And The Silmarillion, it filled my craving for a complete world. It had that, what Tolkien himself termed subcreation, namely that it was so chock full of little details, like it was a real living world, living, breathing world. And that's what really struck me about the Silmarillion. And by the way, these bases, cobblestones and paving wouldn't be this black, but I'm thinking Call of Cthulhu takes place a lot at night. So this is a nighttime scene. I'm going to paint the bases as if it were night. That is very dark. But while the characters themselves are well lit, of course, because hey, this is how we're used to seeing things in the movies. Even if it's dark outside and the background is really dark, the people we're following, the characters of the story, the heroes, they're going to be well lit. I wonder is this enough? It's pretty much dry now. I'm gonna set this aside for a little bit and then look at it again. I'm gonna look at it under different lighting conditions and see how it appears to me. This might do it. This might be all that it needs, actually. I might even need to reapply a little edge highlight here and there, but yeah. So far, a good piece of work done today. Black is a difficult color to paint on clothes. It's hard to get right. Anyway, that's it for today. Comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Dakian signing off.